Bienvenidos, aloha, and welcome into TarTV. Alex Crawford, Scotty Figueroa with you here. It's senior day at Newport Harbor High School, Davidson Field, and the Sailors have their last home game of the season taking on the Laguna Beach Breakers. It should be a fun one here today, Scotty. 2 games left on the regular season slate for Newport Harbor. They're expected to make the postseason. 32 teams make the playoffs in D1. Sailors currently ranked number 22 in Southern Section, so they will get, most likely, barring freak circumstances, at least one postseason game. But this is their last home game of the year, and they look to complete the season sweep against the Breakers. Last time these two teams played was on April 14th, and the Sailors won 2-1 in overtime.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Nothing like a senior night to close off to make a mark on the season. It's been a great season, and they've made the playoffs, which is great, but they can't be complacent. Right now, it's just when they have to get it going, get the ball rolling, and have the momentum in the playoffs. A lot of tough teams out there, but let's see what they could do today.
Rewinding back to 2008-2009, your senior season, what memory stands out to you from that senior day?
Well, I to this day I can remember my classmate that sang the national anthem. It was a night game actually.
Who sang it?
It was Taylor Ferrari.
Wow, she sang the anthem and all kinds of songs our senior year. Shout out to her.
Yeah, great graduation singer as well.
Yes, that's what I recall. I think she sang a Miley Cyrus song.
Yeah,
The Climb.
The Climb.
Wow.
Yeah.
Throwback.
So that definitely added to the event. But I hope the seniors are excited and really, they got to really know that this is the last time here in Davidson. So
8 seniors on this squad. Well, 7 on varsity, 1 on JV. That's Steven Mendoza. We announced him. They actually gave me the PA duties here this afternoon. So I did the senior day announcements. Our 8 seniors on this team, and that's Nico Del Villar, a senior, getting a touch there for Newport Harbor early in this game.
Goalies that were
Alvarez.
Alvarez, yeah, he's trying to play some the 11th defender over there.
And that's a nice takeaway there for the Sailors. That was Danny Geary. Let you know who the Sailors starters are in just a minute.
Yeah, this is great possession here from Newport Harbor. A great difference from their previous matches. They're really trying to hold on to the ball. They know that the best defense is maintaining possession.
Both these teams coming in to this afternoon on a hot streak. Sailors have won 2 in a row. Last week they went 2-0. Our last game here on TarTV. Oh, nice touch on the outside. And that's going to be a good shot. Oh, my goodness. Just to the right of the goal. Grant Cairns getting a touch early. The senior, we got a lot of seniors out there for the Sailors trying to leave that last mark here at Davidson. That was senior Grant Cairns.
Ooh, great.
The future San Diego State Aztec with a nice look, nice shot attempt from outside.
Yeah, it looks like he had it on his strong foot on the left. They just couldn't connect to that far post. But, great opportunity here in the beginning of the match.
That was Tyler Kelly booting it out for the Sailors, and a throw-in coming for Adrian Ricky Fisher and your Laguna Beach Breakers. But as I was saying, both these teams coming in on a hot streak. Sailors went 2-0 last week. Our last broadcast the previous Wednesday on TarTV was an overtime win against Marina, 1-0. The Sailors won that one as Danny Geary kicks it behind Dominic Crane. Crane wanted that one in front of him, sprinting down the near sideline. But Sailors the Sailors won 1-0 last Wednesday against Marina. And last Monday on Edison's senior day on the road in Huntington Beach, Sailors blanked them 2-0. So a good week for the Sailors, ruining the party over there in Huntington Beach. And they look to end the season strong. They've got Laguna Beach here today at home, and they end the season on Wednesday on the road against the Huntington Beach Oilers, who are currently ranked top 10 in CIF Southern Section Division 2. And the Oilers' only loss on the season came last week to the Laguna Beach Breakers. So Laguna, as I said, also coming in on a hot streak. They undefeated in their last 4 games, going 3-0-1.
Yeah, and these 2 games are going to be a great test for Newport Harbor. If they get ties at least in these next 2, I would say, I would be pretty confident if I was the coach. Teams playing against good ball against two hot teams, Laguna Beach and Huntington Beach. But as long as that they get ties, I'm confident with the ties. I think we've seen many cool things, great things from the team, and as long as they keep building, I think they're going to be okay in that first round matchup in the playoffs.
And you never know in CF Southern Section Division One. You never know who you're going to get. You could get a powerhouse like a Mater Dei or a Servite. It's going to be a tough draw regardless, but making the postseason in that 32-team bracket is always impressive and part of what head coach Nacho Sid is trying to build here on Irvine Avenue.
Yeah, and to leave a legacy here for Nacho, it just starts with year one, right? So this is a great foundation. And you said there's how many seniors here?
Well, we got 7 seniors on the pitch today or on varsity level, 1 JV senior. And then you've got some good young talent, too, as I look down here. Nate Simmons not in the game right now, but a really explosive sophomore, number 15. Tony Manriquez, a great sophomore. Jacob Jerzik, a sophomore. So you got a lot of younger guys. Of course, Cade Holden getting the start today, a sophomore. So you got a good mix of youth and veteran leadership as Crane, oh my goodness, turns on the Jets. Or I'm sorry, that's Danny Geary. I didn't know he had that kind of speed. A good shot. Crane almost cleaned it up and put it in the back of the net. It's cleared out. But a nice possession there, a nice opportunity inside again for the Sailors.
Yeah, it looks like Newport's having some success over there on the left side. Not sure if it's something that they saw prior to the game, but it looks like they're really focusing their attack on the left.
Your starters for the Sailors today in goal: Brian Alvarez, Nico Del Villar, Cade Holden, Dominic Crane, Danny Geary, Lucas Caceres, Tyler Kelly, Grant Cairns, Miles Franey, and Ryan Harner.
Oh, here's a long ball from Laguna. Okay.
That's scooped up. And it looks like I see Nico Weber out there as well, number 24, jogging around for the Sailors. And it was number 25, Alessandro Sanhueza, who had the winning goal just minutes into overtime last Wednesday against Marina.
Great possession by Newport. They're calm and collected. You could tell that the seniors are here playing, and they have a little bit more confidence controlling the ball. Here we go.
Del Villar through ball. Crane sprinting towards it. Crane with a nice look. Goal. Crane gets it back. The cross.
We need a tap.
Can Geary finish it off? A good shot. It goes right into the chest of the Laguna Beach goalkeeper. But that was another nice look. Crane getting some touches early.
Oh, yeah.
Getting inside. Oh, man.
Laguna's getting nervous. Those are three great opportunities for Newport. But let's see when they could capitalize. So going up 1-0 early in the game could be very, very powerful because...
Oh, can Crane get there? Good defense there by Keegan Thomas of Laguna, kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like Newport strikers have the speed advantage here against the defense. We're seeing these long balls be effective.
Harner chips it over to Cairns. Can't save it. And it'll be Laguna Beach possession on the far side of the field. Nice touch there. Holden, can Crane get there? The white shirts collapse, cleared out. And a whistle. It's going to be possession in Laguna Beach. A foul called.
Okay. First foul of the game on Newport. Usually back when I used to play for Newport in 09, we like going after that first foul because it was a sign of aggression and we like being the physical team. So good to see. Nothing too violent.
Caceres gets it out. That's Del Villar. Up to Weber. Now they change the point of attack on the far side of the field. Kelly. Cairns. Can he get the cross? Oh, quite a collision. And I think that's going to be, should be Sailors' possession.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a free kick. But it looked like there's a headbutt there, but Laguna Beach is I think took the the worst of it.
So it'll be a free kick for the Sailors, correct?
Yes, that's at least that's what the ref was pointing to. Okay. Yeah, it's basically gonna be a corner kick. Let's see if Newport get ahead on this.
So a free kick, essentially a corner
Mm-hmm.
from the far side of the field. That is Danny Geary getting ready to take it for the Sailors. And here he goes. It's right in front of the goal. It's headed out by Laguna. Multiple noggins from the Breakers getting on it. And it'll be Sailors throw in on the far side of the field once again. Senior day here at Davidson. And the Sailors looking to improve to 9-4-2. They're 8-4-2 on the season, so they're looking for win number 9. Nice challenge there. And Del Villar comes over for the Sailors, but Laguna Beach.
Oh, good pressure.
Back. Sailors are pressuring. Oh, nice touch there by Weber. The shot deflected. Weber unable to put that one in. And Laguna will clear it out 10 minutes into this game, and several good opportunities for the Sailors so far, Scotty.
Oh yeah, it's very apparent that they're riding on that senior night high right now, coming up with the most energy here early in the game. And I love their spacing actually. Just a few weeks ago, I felt Newport Harbor bunched up a little bit too much, but now we see Dominic Crane here on the far right, really spacing the field, making the Laguna Beach defense be a little bit more open, allowing those long balls to the speedy wings.
Harner, nice defense there, but Laguna gets it back. Caceres comes over to clear it out for the Sailors. Another collision. That would be last touch there by Laguna. Pair of seniors there with some good defense. Harner and Caceres. I was impressed reading over the senior day bios here and the senior day shoutouts. Mr. Harner is headed to UCI to study math next year. That's a good school and a tough study.
Oh yeah! Shout out Mr. Clay.
Shout out to Mr. Clay.
All the great math teachers here at Newport.
I saw that. I was like, okay, so Ryan Harner is a smart guy, going to be an anteater studying mathematics. More power to you, sir. That's Laguna with possession. Deep in their territory, trying to get it out to midfield. Manriquez comes over for the Sailors. Now Laguna still has possession. And they will boot it ahead. Sailors' back line has been impressive. Tyler Kelly with a nice challenge there. And Del Villar gets his head on it. Now it's looking like a volleyball match at midfield. And Manriquez boots it up high in the air for the Sailors.
Manriquez, last name I'm familiar with. I played with, I think, a family member of his, Marco Manriquez, back in 08.
Shout out to the Manriquez fam as Cade Holden tries to get it over to Tyler Kelly. It's out of bounds. And there will be a throw-in coming on the far side of the field for Laguna, the Breakers. If they won today, they'd get back to 500 on the season, 5-6-2. So not a great year for them, but they're playing good at the right time. 3-0-1 over their last 4 games. And their last game was their best win of the season, a 1-0 blanking, the first loss of the year for the Huntington Beach Oilers. So, in fact, the Laguna Breakers' last loss on the season was a couple weeks ago down in Laguna Beach to our Newport Harbor Sailors.
Wow.
So they're looking for revenge today. This would be in a year where you're most likely not going to make the postseason, you have a losing record, ending the season strong and getting that revenge victory against the team from Newport. That's kind of what you have circled on your calendar. So the Sailors have to be careful here today, and they can't overlook these Breakers.
Yes, that's motivation enough, especially with a team, with an unfortunate record. You have to find motivation somewhere, and getting these upset victories or disrupting the standings is always motivation enough.
Throw-in coming for the Breakers on the far side. Still 0-0. About 15 minutes into this game. Senior day at Davidson. Last regular season home game of the year. And the throw-in goes right into the Breakers bench. So the Sailors now going to throw it in. That's Tyler Kelly on the far side getting ready to throw it in.
You don't see that every day. A throw in straight out of bounds.
That was a really bad throw-in. I don't know. Did it get deflected? Did the wind take it? I don't know.
Yeah, the ball slips. Maybe sweaty hands. There's no wind, but he's gonna swear it was the wind.
And here comes Laguna Beach, working it down the far sideline. Cade Holden, the nearest defender there. Now Laguna attacking. Long-range shot is high, just over the top crossbar. Brian Alvarez couldn't have reached that one. That was almost a deadly sniper shot from 30 yards out. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Newport has to be careful with that. That was an opportunity for Laguna because of Newport's middle not coming back quick enough. And so now that they saw that dangerous shot, I think it should be on their mind to make sure they got that middle so we don't see any other long-range shots like that. Got our first sub.
Let's see who subbed in.
No, I think actually he was tying his shoes.
Oh, okay, never mind. We'll let you know when we do get some subs. As Laguna looking for a touch in the box, it's booted out by the Sailors. It'll be possession for the Breakers.
Okay. The Breakers only leaving 3 in the back. They're smelling opportunity here. Oh, another one might move up too. Newport's well situated though. They got the box covered. Nice.
We thank everybody joining us here on TarTV. Could end up being our last boys soccer broadcast of the season if they don't. I mean, right now, ranked number 22 in CIF Southern section. Here comes Geary. Oh, right in the middle of the field. Weber back to Geary. Can he get there? Laguna looks like they're going to clean that up. Crane comes over. Oh, my goodness, that was close. It was about an inch away from Crane getting a wide open look at the goal. The Laguna goalkeeper was way out of the box on that one.
Yeah, he was hesitating there, and he ended up letting his defender get the ball. The pass up was a bad touch, but I'm sure he would like that back. But it's great pressure from Newport and their speedy attackers once again.
Newport putting the pressure on here early, getting some nice looks. Danny Geary and Dominic Crane both with some good touches in and around the cage. Unable to capitalize, but you got to like the energy here from the Sailors as Geary kicks it back to Kelly. Now Kelly with the cross. And Harner will come over. Tip it over to Del VR.
Great spacing.
Now that's Cade Holden.
Oh,
over to
good
Crane.
ball.
It gets through to Crane. Nice touch for Crane.
Oh.
Gets it through, and it's scooped up in the nick of time. Oh, Grant Cairns was streaking towards it.
That was an impressive ball across field.
Oh, my gosh. What nice ball movement there by the Sailors. You got to like the start of this game. They haven't had any goals to show for it, but a nice display of ball movement here early by the Sailors as Weber boots that one out of bounds. Throw in coming for Laguna on the near sideline.
I must say, I'm getting some 2009 Newport Harbor soccer vibes. Friendly reminder, that team was the most successful in Newport Harbor's history.
Was that your team?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
It happened to be my team.
Yeah, you got to work those in, especially because this might be our last boys soccer broadcast.
Yeah.
Now, depending on scheduling and location and all those things, if we do go on the road, I may bring that broadcast to Sailor Nation via tarradio.com. We do radio broadcasts for away basketball and football games. But with the postseason, this will be our first postseason in the post-COVID era for any sport, as we have boys soccer here with their last week of the regular season, and girls soccer, they've got senior day tomorrow, and they're certainly in position to make the postseason as well and potentially host a game or two here at Davidson. So we'll have those on the live stream for you too. But we got some exciting postseason action and a whistle there. That's going to be a foul against Danny Geary and the Sailors. Laguna Beach's Charlie McBean taking a dive just across midfield, and he'll have a free kick opportunity here for Laguna.
Quick ball. Oh, let's see the counter.
Nice defense by Tyler Kelly to disrupt that for Newport, keep Laguna from getting the look they wanted. But here come the Breakers. Manriquez gets a touch. Now Holden has it for the Sailors On the far sideline, Holden dancing with it. Laguna staying with him. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Laguna Beach.
Good patience, good patience. Not just booting the ball up and losing possession. Now we got the throw in, and let's see if we could build attack here.
So that's Kelly to throw it in. Long range throw. Gets up to Geary. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Throw in coming for Laguna. So we are just about halfway through this opening half at Davidson Field. Senior day. Newport in navy, Laguna in white with the maroon numbers. Geary fighting for it. Laguna comes up with it.
Uh-oh. Good fight.
Oh, nice boot
go.
there. Caceres kicks that one about 45 yards out of bounds. Good defense there by Lucas Caceres, another key senior on this team. To boot that one way out of bounds, and Laguna will have a throw in deep in their own territory as we are now officially halfway through the opening half. And I look on the sideline, I see Nate Simmons, the speedy sophomore. He's warming up, getting ready to check in right next to number 8, Carlos Alcantara. So I expect them to check in the game momentarily for the Sailors.
Yeah, their speed is definitely going to help this. I think we're recognizing our advantages with our speed. So if they come into the wing, it could be very dangerous for Laguna and great for Newport.
A lot of contact there. Del Villar comes up with it. They're going to whistle.
Ref, let him play.
Nico Weber. They're going to whistle Weber for the foul and a free kick here. Ooh, dangerous territory. Alvarez scoops it up. Jaden Lund for Laguna was sprinting towards the box. Now they roll it out. It ends up back to Caceres.
Mistake.
A sprint for the ball. Kelly gets there first, and he kicks it up the far sideline.
Uh-oh.
Now here comes Laguna. Good opportunity here. 20 yards outside the box. And Alvarez boots it straight ahead. That was close.
Yeah, that was ice in his veins. Just dropped the ball there to the keeper.
I didn't necessarily expect Harner to pass it back to Alvarez there. I was thinking he might boot it downfield, but he has a lot of trust in his goalie.
Oh!
Nico Weber with the takeaway. He's going to have a touch here.
Maintain possession.
He's got Crane right in front of him, and it rolls
Newport
out
ball.
of bounds. Newport's going to throw it in.
Newport ball. Ref.
Little extracurricular activity there, a little shoving between Crane and Charlie McBean.
Smart move by McBean. He knew that his team was transitioning back on defense, so he wanted to stop the play a little bit.
It worked. Certainly worked.
Yeah, veteran move. That's a senior right there.
That is a smart move.
And he doesn't get a card or anything. So
no booking, a throw in. Harner. Crane gets a touch. It's kicked downfield. Now Del Villar has it. With a left foot, he passes it, changes the point of attack over to Holden. Just across midfield, Cade Holden.
Good possession.
Back to Caceres. Caceres with a right leg, a hooking shot. Curves a little too far, a little too much English on that one. It goes out of bounds on the far sideline, throw-in coming for the Laguna Beach Breakers.
Good look. And I did notice Newport's coach Nacho signaled over to that corner, that left corner. So it does seem like it's a strategy of theirs to attack that left. Oh. Throw in Newport. Let's go. Quick.
All right, far sideline. Newport to throw it in.
Oh, here we go. 3 subs.
Okay, so subbing in for the Sailors, Carlos Alcantara wearing number 8, number 25, Alessandro Sanjueza, who had the winning goal in overtime. Few minutes into OT last week against Marina, 0-0 through 80 minutes, and then 83 minutes or so into the game, he kicked one in. And also checking in for the Sailors is sophomore Nate Simmons. I've been impressed with his energy all season long. Danny Geary and Nico Weber check out for Newport Harbor.
Okay, let's pay attention here. It looks like they all went to the left.
So that's a change of the point of attack to the near side of the field over to Harner. Holden trying to get it to Harner. It's kicked out of bounds by Jaden Lund.
Oh, I see.
Of Laguna Beach.
They actually switched Dominic Crane over to the left, and I agree with that move just because I believe your most dangerous attacker, and he was playing on the right. He had a couple opportunities, but why not put him over to that left where there seems to be some openings.
That one booted ahead by Laguna. Goes over the head of Jackson Rodriguez, who had the game-winning goal last week for them against Huntington Beach. 1-0, they won. And Manriquez tries to get rid of it for the Sailors. Now Kelly's got to chase it down. He's got Rafael Ortiz Marquez sprinting towards it, gets it up to Holden, but Laguna retains possession on the far side of the field.
Oh,
here come the breakers. Nice defense there by Manriquez. A good challenge, a nice tackle. And the blue shirts collapsing. Can they clear it out?
Good
Tyler
slide
Kelly
tackle.
slides. Nice. Gets it up to the speedy Dominic Crane. Here come the Sailors. Counterattack on the way. Crane up to Alcantara on the far sideline. Dancing with it. 40 yards out. Alcantara.
Good patience.
Del VR. There's Harner. The future anteater brings it up the near sideline for the Sailors.
Good.
Crosses it. Middle of
Good
the
touch. Oh.
pitch, and it's just a little too high for Alcantara. Manriquez now knocks it over to Del VR. Long-range shot by Del VR.
Get a touch.
Oh, shot by Crane. Inside Alcantara slides on the ground. It's cleared out by Dylan Sprague. More nice looks inside. Although, Scotty, I have to temper my excitement a little bit because we saw last week for the Sailors against Marina this level of excitement, this amount of good looks. The Marina Vikings only 1-12, now 1-13 on the year. Coming into last week, 1-12. And the Sailors had countless opportunities the entire game inside, unable to capitalize until 3 minutes into OT. So I love these looks, but I want to see the Sailors start putting some of these away.
That's true, and you know that this past week they definitely worked on their finishing. So I think it's coming. We have 14 minutes left here in the first half.
Oh, Simmons
nice move.
dancing ahead.
Ooh,
Alcantara.
pass.
He's going to cross it in. It's out. Is that going to be a corner? Looks like it'll be a goal kick for Laguna Beach. But again, more opportunities for the Sailors. 14 minutes until halftime. The Sailors have had looks. When will they capitalize? Hopefully it comes before overtime today. Ahead, Harner's in the vicinity, but Laguna's got it, bringing it up the near sideline right in front of the Sailors bench. That's Booker Frith. And they chip it ahead. Caceres.
Oh, no. Watch out.
Ooh, Caceres disrupts that one. And Alvarez will watch it roll towards him before he boots it away.
Let's see this kick go to the left.
High, long kick by Brian Alvarez. Laguna has possession just across midfield. Caceres clears it out once again. Del VR fighting for it, trying to get possession. Over to Sanhueza, kicked ahead by Tyler Kelly.
Push up.
Oh, Nate Simmons sprinting. Alcantara's in the middle, and it ends up back in the chest of Laguna Beach goalkeeper. Overhanded throw towards the Sailors bench is corralled by Jaden Lund. Del VR, the challenge, the tackle. Simmons has it on the near sideline, trying to split the white shirts. Can Simmons get there? He's so quick. Oh, he just missed that one. Nate Simmons, we talked about the future being bright for the Sailors. One of the young stars on this team, the sophomore. So quick and so fiery. Love watching him play. Here comes Laguna.
Yeah, this is a great experience for a sophomore on the varsity level. He's going to be foundational for Newport Harbor the next couple years. Probably even making captain next year, I would imagine, because just of his strength and his poise.
That's Manriquez fighting for it. Pinballing around. Laguna Beach has it. The Breakers. 3-0-1 in their last 4 games. Last loss came to the Sailors. Dominic Crane showing the speed down the far sideline. He's got Simmons cutting towards the goal. A good look here. A good opportunity for the Sailors. And Simmons is going to track it down before it rolls out. On the near side of the field, the cross. And it ends up right in the paws of the Laguna Beach goalkeeper. Another opportunity, Scotty. There's been too many to count here in this opening half. We have 12 minutes until halftime. And I'm just waiting patiently for the Sailors to put the punctuation mark on one of these attacks.
Yeah, when a ball is rolling like that straight through the the box, it's kind of upsetting that there's no one there just to tap it in. If I was Crane.
Oh, what a slide by Manriquez! They're gonna whistle him for a foul.
Yeah, he has an argument there because that was ball. That was
a beautiful slide. Jaden Lund, the recipient of that, from Tony Manriquez, the sophomore.
Get ahead on this.
Long-range free kick. Holden got a touch. Now Alcantara going to boot it ahead for the Sailors.
Yeah, they really want to feed it to Simmons.
Like Tyler Kelly's there defending for Newport. He kicks it up off the head of Sanhueza. Sanhueza gets it back. A challenge there. A tackle from Laguna. A takeaway. And Jaden Lund has it on the sideline right here in front of us. Jackson Rodriguez with a touch. Harner defending. Caceres comes over. Caceres challenges. Harner ends up with it. He's got to boot it out. It was last touched by Rafael Ortiz Marquez. Throw in coming for Jack Harner and the Newport Harbor Sailors.
Good support from Caceres there. Not waiting for Laguna Beach attacker to beat his man and come to him. He went to it, and great support, and now it's Newport ball.
Scotty, last time we did a game together a couple weeks ago, we were both impressed by the Newport Harbor Sailors back line, which today is Jack Harner, Lucas Caceres, Tony Manriquez, and Tyler Kelly. They've been tested many times this season, and they're a solid group of four there. 5 if you include our goalkeeper, Brian Alvarez, who will be playing next year just up the road in Costa Mesa at Vanguard University.
Yeah, the back line for sure has strength. They've been physical today. Harner's one of my favorites there. No one really crosses that wall that he's built over there on his side, in his defensive side.
Hooking shot out of bounds. Rolls over by the long jump pit. Now, Scotty, something that you pointed out previously on broadcast here, I don't know why, but Newport doesn't keep any extra soccer balls next to the goal. At least I always see our goalkeeper, Brian Alvarez, having to run all over the track. Maybe he just wants to stay warm, get his workout in, but I have wondered about that. I know, that's something, a strategy you might want to do for the other team to make their goalkeeper have to work out a little more. But
yeah, I've seen it both ways. I've seen one extra ball at behind one net. That's a good question, because it's always baffled me why we wouldn't keep just multiple balls behind the net so we don't have to lose valuable time fetching these balls.
Alcantara, Simmons sprinting. Nate Simmons, a collision. Can he get it back? Nate Simmons, he'll have a shot. It's deflected. Simmons on the ground. Another good look for the Sailors. Nate Simmons was right there. And Nico Del Villar trying to get a touch. Laguna takes it away. Holden collapses. Sanhueza comes over, but a whistle and a foul and a free kick up here, forthcoming for Laguna Beach. They bring it down the sideline in front of the Sailors bench. Through ball, trying to get up to Rodriguez. The Navy shirts collapse. Harner in the vicinity. And Caceres with a nice challenge and a takeaway.
I definitely like Harner on his side of the field, but Fernandez is definitely a speed demon and definitely has advantage on that side. But he looks like he's floating to the middle now, Fernandez. Really wants to use speed.
Boom. Brian Alvarez flies the ball, gives a fist bump to Lucas Caceres, and he will kick it ahead for the Sailors.
Yeah, that's some confidence right there. They know that their defense is playing.
Nice header by Cade Holden.
Playing head volleyball over here. Okay.
That was vicious.
Okay, no call too. Okay, if the ref
looked like a hockey play.
If the ref's gonna let them play like that, then Newport got to bring it to them. Let's go.
Del Villar streaking down the middle of the field. Nico Del Villar. Can Simmons track it down? It was just a little too strong. Nate Simmons is fast. He's not that fast. I don't know if anybody on planet Earth is. At least in the human being species, but another good opportunity. Almost. A lot of almost in this game for the Sailors.
Yeah, I don't think we get Usain Bolt in here to play for us. But it's interesting the ref now set a precedent on how aggressive this game's going to be. Someone's hurt.
We got a Laguna Beach player that is... I'm not sure who that is.
McBean, I think.
I think that might be McBean. He's down. He's grabbing his left shin.
I didn't see what happened.
I didn't either. I didn't see any collision involving him. You think it could be a cramp, but at this late in the season, the shape that they're in, and today's weather, and I didn't. The way he's grabbing his leg, it don't look like a cramp, but it looks like he's going to be okay. So,
yeah, he peeked at the shin. I think he might have gotten a cleat or something, but
ouch.
That's just a stinger. He'll be all right. Yeah.
And he kicks it ahead. Shin looks good. Charlie McBean, and a header by Harner ends up on the leg of Del Villar. Del Villar also going to be playing soccer next season at Division III Harvey Mudd, where he'll study engineering. Very good school. A lot of smart kids on this team. You got Jack Harner going to UCI to study math. You got Nico Del Villar going to Harvey Mudd to study engineering.
That's a great,
smart bunch.
Great student athletes.
Alcantara fighting, taken away by Laguna. And the Breakers work it over to the far side of the field. Right in front of the visitors' bench. There's Alcantara.
Let's go.
Chips it ahead. Crane tracking it down. Dominic Crane stops it from going out of bounds.
It's still in.
And a very, very late whistle. They'll say it did go out of bounds. You saw the Laguna Beach players pointing to it. Crane tried to play it off as if it didn't.
Oh, so we have another breaker down.
Not sure what's going on. Breakers getting banged up a little bit down there. Not an overly physical game, but there's been a few big collisions, especially that one previously that didn't get called. As you pointed out, Scotty, the official may have set a precedent with that, and I want to see if the Sailors can match that intensity.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if I see one of my teammates get hit like that, I definitely want to step up and set a message in return, you know. But the breaker that was just down, he was the one that had that big tackle. So I wonder if it's an aftershock or something, or if he's feeling something from the hit.
That's Holden for the Sailors. Now Del Villar kicks it up ahead. Little too strong. Laguna goalkeeper staying busy. Staying busy in goal today.
I saw Nacho, Newport coach, during that last break, talk to a couple players, and his hand motion made me think that he was telling them to shoot for the corners. Look for those long passes to the corners. We got speed advantage on the corner, so he's just reaffirming that because we've seen it all game so far.
Tyler Kelly getting ready to throw it in. Final minutes of this opening half. 3:45 to go until halftime. Still 0-0 between the Sailors and the Breakers. In this Sunset League matchup, throw-in, as we have a check-in to the game. That's Anthony Vasquez. And now Simmons.
Good ball. Oh.
Got a touch for about a millisecond.
Oh, it's still in. Oh, no, throw-in. Ah, that's unlucky. Hit the flag.
So it's going to be a throw-in, not a corner. About as close to a corner as you can get.
Oh, my goodness.
It went towards the corner. It hit the flag and stayed in and then went out. So.
Oh, quick touch. Let's see the cross.
That's Harner. High arcing kick. Vasquez is there for the Sailors. Holden flying over. Holden with the touch.
Oh.
Holden with the shot. Oh, last second save. McBean slid in and saved the day for the Breakers. Holden.
Where'd he come from? Wow.
Multiple touches just inside, just outside the box right there for Cade Holden. Good looks. Couldn't quite get it. Charlie McBean came from I don't know where to slide in and get that one out.
I don't know where he came from. Holden great touches though. I'm really impressed with his patience there too.
That's another good sophomore for the Sailors.
That's great. Quick, he had a couple touches. He knew he had time. Got a little better shot, but McBean just came out of nowhere, blocked it.
Tyler Kelly going to throw it again for Newport Harbor. Kelly's throw right towards the middle of the field. Sanjueza is the closest one in the vicinity. Vasquez slides over. Simmons kicks it back to Tyler Kelly with a left leg. Kelly chips it up. Simmons, a touch. Alcantara chests it.
Oh,
here comes Simmons again. Oh. Has it deflected. Oh, man. Sailors like a pinball. It's working around. Everyone's getting a touch. And Caceres.
Good fake.
Lovely fake by Caceres. Boots it ahead. High-chested ball.
Oh. Nope, advantage. Keep playing.
Breakers, no whistle. Alcantara putting his hands up, trying to say, it wasn't me. Here comes Rodriguez. Caceres defending for the Sailors. Caceres challenging. Good. Rodriguez takes a tumble, and that'll be a whistle. Perhaps a bit of acting there by Jackson Rodriguez, the junior. It'll be a free kick here for Laguna Beach.
Not terrible play because it gives his team a chance to get back. But I'm getting very nervous about these attempted counterattacks by Laguna. They know that Fernandez has the speed on the side, and they're trying to kick it up there to him. But they just haven't been able to get the great ball in.
Harner clears that one out for the Sailors. Simmons tries to track it down. It ends up on the feet of Booker Frith. Oh, Sanhueza.
4-on-3.
Great challenge. Vasquez sprinting, turning on the Jets up the middle of the field. Anthony Vasquez.
Nice touch.
Now Simmons has
Patient.
it back in the middle.
Oh,
Sanhueza, Vasquez, trying to get
Shoot
a
it.
shot off. Vasquez, back to Simmons. Oh, it's just to the right of the goal, out of bounds.
Oh.
Sailors had numbers, 4 Navy shirts in the vicinity. They still can't capitalize, but so close here. Final minutes of this opening half. The Sailors getting the looks that they want. They can't put it in the back of the net. They can't touch the twine just yet, but they've had so many opportunities here in this opening half. But like you said, Scotty, the counterattack of Laguna can be so dangerous. Sailors have had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dozen, almost a dozen opportunities, shots on goal here in the first half, but all it takes is one deadly counterattack by the Laguna Beach Breakers, and Sailors could be down 1-0. So you want to see one of these at some point go in the back of the goal. There is Sanhueza and Anthony Vasquez fighting for it. Good challenge there by Vasquez and a whistle. I think that's going to be a foul against Sanhueza. And a free kick coming the other way for Laguna Beach.
Ref got to blow his whistle a little louder. He whistled it once, no one heard it on the field.
I couldn't hear it up here, I'll tell you that.
This ref got to get a new whistle, I think.
We'll start a GoFundMe. Get this official a whistle, chested by Harner. The Sailors got to end the half on a strong note. We're here at the end of the first half, and Laguna has a nice look. Cade Holden clears it out. Simmons tries to keep it in bounds. It's going to be a quick throw in.
Newport got to maintain D here.
Caceres, and now Alcantara faked himself out.
Who's
Gets it
opening
back. Up ahead. Vasquez and Simmons in the area. Sanhueza comes in. Here's Laguna Beach. Booker Frith with it. Now on the near sideline, Jaden Lund. Up ahead to Ortiz Marquez, out of bounds. Whistles could blow at any moment. Clock is stopped on the field at 2 minutes, and the officials run the clock there on their own stopwatch as we enter stoppage time here in the opening half. Still 0-0 between the Breakers and the Sailors. Last time these two teams played, they did go to overtime. It was a 2-1 win for Newport Harbor back on April 14th.
Alvarez kind of sending a little too far out from the goal for my liking, especially with Laguna's potential of long-range goals.
50-50 balls. Caceres there now. Alcantara fighting for it. That's Booker Frith with it. And on the near sideline, Ortiz Marquez dancing. Challenge there by Alcantara. Cleared out by Del Villar. Oh, they're going to whistle Alcantara. He doesn't like it. I'm not a huge fan of it.
No.
And a free kick here in stoppage time at the end of the first half. If the Breakers have had any opportunities in this first half, this is the one. This is dangerous territory for the Sailors to be in. That's going to be Booker Frith taking the free kick. It's Manriquez and Harner standing closest to him.
Right-footed, too, so there's a dangerous chance that he's going to go to the top right. With the wall shoring up the left side of the goal. I don't know if he's going to cross or go for goal here.
The end of the first half whistles will blow at any second, but this is a great opportunity. A nice look there by Laguna. Del Villar, a beautiful challenge, a tackle, no whistles. That was clean. Del Villar, the hero on that possession. Oh! Vasquez hip checks Dylan Sprague. Sprague's down, and that's going to be whistles, and I'm pretty confident we'll see a card be displayed here against Anthony Vasquez as the official comes over to talk to him. Maybe no booking.
Okay.
Quite the physical challenge. He put Dylan Sprague on his back. That's got to take the wind out of you a little bit there if you're Laguna Beach Junior, Dylan Sprague. And a free kick once again. Long-range shot headed towards the goal. Cade Holden challenging, and Harner going to clear it out. The whistles will blow, and we'll head to halftime 0-0. Sailors, no lack of opportunities, unable to put it in the goal. Can they find pay dirt in the second half? We will come back right before second half action begins. Your score at halftime, between the Sailors and the Breakers, 0-0. Alex Crawford, Scotty Figueroa with you. We'll have second half action for you when we come back. You're watching Newport Harbor Boys Soccer on TarTV. Welcome back into TarTV. Second half underway. And Alcantara coming in there. Getting physical. Getting whistled again.
That might have been the first foul called on Laguna, it seems like. Let's see what Newport could do here.
Well, Alcantara got whistled for a few fouls in the first half, but this time it's going to be whistled against the Laguna Beach defender, so.
Let's see this ball curl, and let's see a head on this too.
Caceres inside, booted out.
A little short.
And
Soft
dangerous
touch.
territory here.
Yeah,
Brian Alvarez comes way out of the goal and boots that one downfield. That was a scary moment there for the Sailors.
Yeah, let's see if they get out of this little. They look a little lackadaisical here, starting into the second half. Oh, Laguna's driving. Who's going to step up?
Laguna has it on the far side of the field. Caceres on the defense, and Del Villar going to clear it out. Up ahead towards Alcantara. He tried to tip it to himself. And Laguna still has possession. Oh, look at the speed of Simmons.
Yeah, you always love seeing a striker, a forward, come back on D.
Just sprinting.
Oh no, bad pass.
Rodriguez has it for the Breakers. And he resets back to Frith. And a bit of a miscommunication there. Frith tried to get it to his teammate who was not streaking down the far sideline. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Sailors. Jack Harner going to corral that one and throw it in for Newport Harbor.
I could already tell Laguna talked about possession at halftime. They're really looking to get this possession game more evened out. Newport Harbor, I feel like they had the ball around 75% of the time, but Laguna's looking to switch that up in here in the second half.
Alcantara stops it with his chest. The white shirts collapse. It ends up on the foot of Sanhueza in the middle.
Move.
Cade Holden dancing, stopping. Simmons so fast, kicks it towards the goal.
Who's there?
A fingertip save, a fingernail save by the Laguna Beach goalkeeper.
Yeah, we needed someone streaking to that far post.
Vasquez, back to Kelly. Now in the middle of the field, Sanhueza. Del Villar, he's got Harner on the far sideline. He passes it towards Harner. Harner, back to Del Villar. And Del Villar going to chip it ahead. A header from a couple of Laguna Beach defenders. And now the Breakers trying to break away on the counterattack. That's Booker Frith with it. And here comes Laguna Beach on the counterattack on the far side of the field.
Holding, 3. Just counting the passes that they're connecting here. It's 4. I don't know if they made any forward pass connection in the first half, so this is really, it really feels like the momentum's kind of changing.
Well, Laguna Beach looks good coming out of halftime, and the Sailors look, I hate to say it, a little bit sleepy, like you said, Scotty, a little bit sleepy out here to start the second half.
They're maintaining their spacing. That's the positive for Newport, but without that aggression, without that energy, it's going to be difficult to penetrate the defense, the back line of Laguna Beach.
That one's chipped out by Laguna. Still 0-0. But tons of shots on goal, tons of opportunities for the Sailors in that first half. Unfortunately, for the Newport Harbor faithful, still 0-0 on the scoreboard. So close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. It does not count on the soccer pitch. Throw in again for the Sailors. That was deflected out of bounds by Lucas Bianchi for Laguna Beach.
The Sailors now playing against the wind, which is not going to be great for their long passes to their strikers. As we saw in the first half, they were trying to get it over to the corners of the strikers, but now they're playing against the wind.
Kelly darts it in. Sanhueza with a touch. It's cleared out. Caceres.
Uh-oh, look at Fernandez. Oh. Rodriguez, I'm sorry.
I meant to correct you. See, Scotty, I should have just corrected you on the broadcast, but I kept, you kept saying Fernandez, and I kept looking at my notes thinking, man, who's Fernandez? But then I realized you were talking about number 5, Jackson Rodriguez, who's really fast, dangerous, and has the last goal scored for Laguna Beach last week in their upset over the Huntington Beach Oilers.
You know, I'm kind of getting an epiphany moment. I remember Fernandez back when I played in high school, and he kind of looks similar to
Laguna?
Rodriguez. Yeah.
Wow. Only 12 years later.
Yeah, that's weird. And I think that Fernandez individual is number 5 too. So
wow.
I'm sorry, Jackson.
No, it's all right.
But look out for Rodriguez.
To be honest, I don't know how many Laguna Beach fans are tuned in. I know this is a Sailors broadcast, but here comes Laguna Beach. Caceres with a hard challenge.
I like that challenge, though. Stop him right in his tracks.
Going to be whistled. That will be a foul against Caceres, but probably a smart one, as you said, Scotty.
Kind of surprising there's no booking. I still don't know what this ref's threshold is for a booking. We've seen plenty of aggressive plays, but just a simple warning is given.
So a free kick for Laguna Beach. Booker Frith appears to be the one lining up to take the free kick. And that front line there for the Sailors, Holden, Alcantara, and Sanhueza standing shoulder to shoulder. About 25 yards out from the goal. 35 yards out by the free kick. It breaks through. Del Villar sprinting towards it. A collision. No whistle.
Fell on his elbow.
Uh-oh, Del Villar's down. He's in a lot of pain. Quite the collision there between Del Villar and the Laguna Beach attacker. And it does look like he's grabbing that elbow. They're calling for the trainer.
No.
Gotta hope Del Villar's okay. Looks like he's in a lot of pain on that elbow, forearm area. One of the seniors on this team, one of the leaders, planning to play next season at Harvey Mudd. And that was Griffin Christensen on the collision. As Del Villar looks like he's going to stay in the game. So at our first wrestling live stream a few weeks ago, we saw one of the wrestlers' elbow, full dislocation, pop out the wrong way. It was bending. You can see the way I'm bending. It was bending the wrong way. And they called for the trainer and actually the paramedics had to come in ambulance, and he's out for the rest of the season. So when I see someone take a tumble and grab their elbow, now I flash back to the wrestling meet where the wrestler fully dislocated. But it looks like Del Villar
still grabbing the elbow.
He's grabbing the elbow. He's going to check out of the game. And Danny Geary will replace him. You got to hope he's okay and can come back.
Del Villar shaking around his hand, trying to. Looks like he's trying to regain feeling. Doesn't look too bad though.
That's Cade Holden with it for the Sailors on the far side, trying to keep it away from the Laguna attackers and get a counterattack started for Newport Harbor. That's Geary in the area.
Newport's got to be careful here, the back line, because now Del Villar is replaced by, looks like Tyler Kelly, moving into his position in defense. And, you know, he didn't get a proper warm-up or anything, but it looks like Nico's coming back.
All right, Del Villar checks back in. Danny Geary heads to the bench for the Sailors, so you got to hope that elbow, forearm, wrist region is okay for him after taking a spill down there on defense, but he jogs back on the field. I guess luckily for soccer, you're using your feet a lot more than your hands and your arms. So.
That is true. But I'm gonna be very interested to see how he changes his approach to the game. Usually when someone gets hit hard like that and comes back into the game, they're looking to, you know, return the favor, maintain aggression. So we'll see how he plays for the rest of the half.
Only a couple games left for these seniors too. You want to get your hits in where you can. But good to see Del Villar back out there. Glad it wasn't something worse. At least it doesn't seem like, as he's back in the game after a brief stay on the bench. By the time the trainer came over in the golf cart to help out, Del Villar was already back in the game, so that's always a good sign. Laguna with the throw-in on the far sideline. Whistles. And it looks like there'll be another throw-in coming for the Breakers. Second half still 0-0. Just under 30 minutes to go until full time here on the pitch at Davidson Field.
Something interesting, we have balls now behind both goals.
That's good to note. Keep Brian Alvarez from having to run too much extra. You know, he's the goalie, so I'm sure he's in great shape, but he typically doesn't run as much as his teammates. But back in our day, Scotty, one of the goalkeepers on your Newport Harbor Sailors soccer squad, Rex Nelson, ended up being one of the fastest track and field cross-country athletes in the history of our school. So,
yeah, he has
who said goalies can't run?
2-mile record set.
Does he still hold that?
In 2008, believe me if correct me if I'm wrong. He ran 9:02, correct?
I believe so.
I know that there was a phenom recently that just graduated, Alexis Garcia.
Yeah, he was fast.
And he was absolute monster cross-country track. I think he's now at Cal State Fullerton, part of that strong team over there in cross-country. But Rex Nelson, he was a very aggressive keeper. He reminds me a lot of Alvarez, actually.
Rex Nelson. Talked to him the other day, actually, Scotty, and he said, Caceres, ball inside. He said he plans Del Villar back in the game, gets a touch. I'll finish my thought in a moment. Long-range shot by Kelly, bounces in front of Laguna's goalkeeper, and will be kicked away. But I know that we have on the agenda some track and field live streams, most likely beginning next Wednesday for a dual meet, and then later on in the month of May for the Sunset League Finals. And Rex Nelson, the 2-mile record holder here at our high school, going to join us on those broadcasts. I made touch base with him last week, and he said he's down to talk some track and field. But we've got a soccer game and a track meet going on for Nate Simmons, sprinting, taking a dive, falling down.
It looked like he had the man beat, and he got tripped from behind. If that's not a card, I don't know what is.
These officials pretty reluctant to book anybody today. But it's a free kick. It's a foul as Simmons, looking like a sprinter, a track star, the way he was moving down the far sideline.
I need to check the calendars. Today, no yellow card day or something?
Feels like it. Because I mean, if there was a game, we've seen the kind of collisions that'll typically result in bookings in this game.
And I mean, we see Simmons limping a little bit.
And he did look like he had his man beat there, streaking towards the goal. It looked like it
was going to be a one-on-one against the keeper.
So a free kick here from Caceres. Del Villar, the closest Sailor to him. Caceres kicks it towards the goal. High shot. Goes over everyone's head, and Simmons is now sprinting towards the near sideline, trying to corral that for the Sailors. It's the last touch by Newport Harbor. Laguna going to throw it in here. Still 0-0, 26 minutes to go in this game.
I would love to see Newport on one of those free kicks or corner kicks to have their defenders go up, because it looks like they have the height advantage. So
that's Cade Holden with a nice touch. Cade Holden, Vasquez, Laguna collapsing. Simmons comes out.
A little too strong.
The goalkeeper slides like he's stealing third base and scoops that one up off the turf. That Laguna Beach goalkeeper has been busy this afternoon, working the cage like a zookeeper for the Breakers.
Partner. No one's stopping him.
That's Alcantara fighting for it.
Nice.
Great challenges there. Del Villar with a tackle.
Del Villar tackling the guy that hurt his elbow.
Laguna can't penetrate the Navy jerseys, but now they've got something cooking on the far sideline. Kelly boots it away. And Bianchi comes in for the Breakers. Nice challenge there by Sanhueza. Great defense, great tackle. And it's a throw in on the near sideline for Laguna Beach. Senior day here at Davidson Field. 7 seniors on this varsity squad. 8 in total for Newport Harbor. And it's been a lot of seniors making a difference this afternoon, on the pitch for the Sailors. Showing out, and as we saw at the start of the match, Scotty, seniors coming out of the gate with a ton of momentum. Sailors were definitely not sleepwalking to start the game. And whatever they were feeling at the start of this half, they've woken up a bit. And Sailors coming to life after sort of a slow start to the half. It's now Newport's fully awake, fully caffeinated out there on the pitch.
A senior that I'm curious if we're going to see again is Dominic Crane. He had a great first half. And
yeah, I see him on the bench.
He was taken out right before halftime. And I was just thinking that maybe they just wanted to give him a little bit more rest. But he's still on the bench.
Cade Holden.
Quick touch. Let's go.
A little too quick. I liked that from the Sailors. Official didn't like how quick they did. Cade Holden drawing the foul. It's going to be Jack Harner there, standing right in front of the Breakers bench, just across midfield, with the free kick for the Sailors. And there's a booking.
I was wondering why
I believe
the
that
crowd
was
was cheering.
Laguna Beach's head coach drawing the card. So finally, Andy Thomas.
Yeah, I guess it's a national no yellow card for players day, only coaches. Let's see. Laguna not giving 10 yards until now. Okay.
And that's Manriquez to take the free kick for the Sailors. No points on the board yet in this match.
It's going to go against the wind. It might come up a little short. Oh.
It looked like there's another yellow. A red card. A red card.
Wow.
And the Laguna coach has got to pack his bags and head back down Highway 1 to Laguna Beach.
He's going to hit a lot of traffic right now, too.
That's Andy Thomas, I believe, the head coach for the Breakers.
He's not leaving. Is he leaving?
We can't hear what was said. Now he's going. Now he's packing his bags.
He has a lot to say on his way out.
And I do love that about soccer. A coach just got to leave. You got to leave Davidson Field.
Oh, is he kicking out 2 coaches? Oh.
We can't hear what was said.
Is Laguna trying to trick the ref by
sending
having
the wrong coach?
Yeah.
Oh, and I think a parent just got asked to leave.
too?
One of the parents for Laguna is also leaving with the coach. I don't know if the coach needs a ride or what, but a Laguna parent and I believe that's head coach Andy Thomas, both getting the boot here from our officials. So as we're joking about the lack of cards, the lack of bookings between the players, it's a Laguna coach and a parent getting some words in as they walk out on the track at Davidson. See you later. Long walk back to Laguna Beach down Highway 1. They can catch the bus just down Dover Drive on PCH and get back to Laguna using OCTA public transport if they'd like.
They could stop at Ruby's, maybe get a shake.
Yeah, maybe hit Shake Shack on the way home and tune in on the TarTV live stream. Someone should send them the live stream link just to make sure that they can catch the end of the game for their team. Del VR with the touch, now inside.
Oh.
Good look. Holden is there.
Oh.
Again, the Laguna Beach goalkeeper staying busy in goal.
So let's see how Laguna manages this game now without their head coach. I've seen plenty times, though, when teams would just get fired up to see such passion coming from their coach. So I would be careful here. Let's see if they turn up. Laguna turns up the heat.
And from where we're sitting here on the far side, away from the visitors' bench, I have no idea what was said between the Laguna coach and the officials and what went from a yellow to a red. What caused that? A collision. Caceres with a tackle, no whistle. Laguna still with possession on the far side of the field. Manriquez defending for Newport Harbor.
Good D.
Ortiz Marquez dancing with it for the Breakers. Del VR coming over to help out.
Good job, Manriquez, not biting for any of the moves, just staying in between him and his defender.
They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. No whistle from the official, and now a late whistle, and he did step on the back goal line. So a goal kick coming for Brian Alvarez. Great defense there by the Sailors. Tony Manriquez.
Yeah, great patience, not jumping in, not trying to go for the steal. He knew what he had to do there, just stay in between him and the goal.
Ortiz Marquez was dancing with it for Laguna. And Manriquez didn't bite. Danny Geary checks back in for the Sailors, replacing Alessandro Sanjueza, who heads to the bench for Newport Harbor. Alvarez boots it ahead. Holden gets his dome on it and chips it up towards Simmons. Now Simmons with a touch right at midfield. Back to Holden.
Boot up.
Kelly left-footed. Vasquez is the closest Sailor in the vicinity.
The ball
He's got it 20 yards out in the middle. Alcantara dancing with it. Alcantara with a right leg. Over to Simmons. Simmons, so quick. The shot. Goal. Inside. Oh! Just to the left of the goal. Vasquez can't get there. He lays out for it. It was so close. It was inches away.
Yeah.
It was inches away.
I think I would have liked Simmons shooting there.
Oh. That was so close again for the Sailors. How many times? How many times can I talk about how close it was until that ball will touch the twine?
Simmons, a good idea with the cross. We've seen multiple crosses from Simmons, but
no matter what happens today, the Sailors have certainly had their looks. Fighting for it is Alcantara. He's going to get whistled for a foul. And I see, I guess this is legal, but the Laguna Beach coach and that parent, they haven't technically left Davidson Field. They're watching on the back fence in front of that Home of the Sailors sign. So I guess that's okay. I think they should have to leave completely, but that's just me.
Oh, yeah.
That's just me.
They got to leave.
Lucas Bianchi, the free kick ahead, hooking towards the goal. Caceres there to stop it. Great defense by Lucas Caceres. And Vasquez now fighting for the 50-50 ball. Alcantara chests it, kicks it ahead. Here's Vasquez, so speedy, dancing with it. Great tackle, a nice challenge there by Booker Frith. Vasquez gets it back. Cade Holden has it in the middle of the field for the Sailors. Simmons streaking, running towards the ball. Simmons gets it. In the middle is Geary. No, here comes Alcantara. Simmons, challenge, gets it back. Alcantara. Vasquez, one-on-one. A shot just to the left of the goal. The Sailors again.
No manches.
Coach Sid. Coach Nacho has his beanie off, looking around, looking at the soccer gods. How could you tease me like this?
What a build-up by Newport.
Oh, my goodness. The crowd loves it. It's a small but mighty crowd here at Davidson Field for Senior Day. And if you enjoy being teased by the soccer gods, then this has been the game for you. Still 0-0. 17 minutes to go until full time. These two teams have played once before this season. Back on the 14th of April, that game went to overtime. 2-1, the Sailors won. That was the last loss for Laguna. Since then, Laguna 3-0-1. The Sailors on a win streak of their own. Here comes Alcantara. Oh, off the heel of Vasquez. Alcantara gets it back, dancing with it. And that one was kicked by Richie Fisher. Can the Breakers trigger the counterattack? Alcantara trying to disrupt that. Geary comes over to help. Geary disrupting. Del Villar misses the header.
You got to talk.
And it does feel like the Sailors have turned up the intensity a bit on their end.
Oh yeah, they're sensing desperation here. Not that much time left in the half.
16 minutes, 20 seconds to go until full time. And we're going to get some substitutions for the Sailors. Dominic Crane ready to check back in. And Grant Cairns as well, a pair of seniors, replacing Anthony Vasquez, who heads to the bench for Newport Harbor, along with Nate Simmons.
Interesting to replace Simmons there.
He's so... hey, Coach Nacho knows, but Simmons is so fast. I was so impressed with his energy.
Yeah, and it could be a move too, you know, to put in the seniors to.
Well, there's Crane on the far side.
Try to keep their composure here at the end, but good game by Simmons, regardless.
That one rolls out. It's the goal kick coming for Laguna Beach.
Okay, this is where the ball behind the goal is really important. Now they're using the backup ball now, but the other ball is by the corner, so that's going to be a little annoying down the match.
Ahead, Alcantara kicks it for the Sailors. Whistles. And a card being displayed. A booking, I guess, against Danny Geary. They're going to get him for saying something, I assume?
I think
or was that against McBean?
Yeah, he's walking off.
Okay, so I guess Charlie, I stand corrected. The booking goes against Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
So for all the physicality, the tackles, the slide tackles, the aggressive nature of this game, it's been cards and bookings only for language, for talking. Never for the physical nature of the game. So that's interesting. We joked about when are we ever going to see a card, and it took some talking from the Laguna coach to get the red card, and now McBean booked with a yellow. And the Sailors with a free kick. Cleared out by Laguna.
Newport has to capitalize. McBean was an anchor on their defensive squad, on the defensive side. He's standing up over there. He's dying to get back in, I imagine.
Harner defending for the Sailors right in front of the Laguna bench. He kicks it out of bounds. Throw in coming for the Breakers.
Interesting. They're not putting him in. Oh, wait. Is he coming back? Yes, he is. Yeah.
So McBean checks back in.
But now he has to be careful. He has one.
Briefly had to head to the bench after being booked for the yellow card. And he checks back in here with just under 14 minutes to go until full time. Game is still 0-0 between the Sailors and the Breakers. That's Cade Holden challenging over to the foot of Del Villar. Now Alcantara chips it up towards Grant Cairns. Collision. Yeah, Cairns, the hip check. Out of bounds, last touched. Laguna. Tyler Kelly sprints ahead. Sailors working quickly.
Ooh, good move.
Geary, nice touch. Cleared out by Dylan Sprague. On the far side of the field, Harner in the area for the Sailors. It rolls out of bounds, and he will throw it in right in front of the Laguna Beach bench. Sailors have seemed to dial up the tempo, dial up the intensity just a tiny bit here towards the end of this game. 13 minutes until full time. And Harner will throw it again for Newport.
I would love to see a build-up here. We haven't seen it in a long time for Newport. Let's see if they go to Alcantara. He's been great in the middle, creating opportunities and great passes too.
Harner gets ready to chuck it in for the Sailors.
Let's go.
Tries to get into Crane. Alcantara with a touch. Now Crane.
Alcantara.
Flying towards the ball. Kicks it, chips it high. The kick is up. The kick is good if this was American football. Unfortunately, we're playing football, and it's still 0-0. So a goal kick here for the Laguna Beach goalie.
Great ball by Alcantara. He really has a skill for a knack to set up his teammates.
Carlos Alcantara, number 8, junior. So another guy we'll enjoy watching next season for the Sailors as the senior Del Villar tried to chip it up to Alcantara. It's going to be a whistle and a change of possession.
The ref calling a lot more fouls now.
Oh, nice challenge there by Manriquez. Put the Breakers attacker on his back. Del Villar slides down and goes out of bounds.
Free kick? Yeah, another foul.
Some whistles, frustration from the Laguna side. Can't see who that is over there standing right around midfield for Laguna, but he's not happy with the call from the official. I believe that's Jaden Lund. And we're going to get a free kick from Tony Manriquez, the sophomore. Just across midfield on the far sideline, kicks it up high in the air. Alcantara flies in for it. Now Rodriguez wants to trigger the counterattack. Kelly chips it up.
The wind is just
The wind's blowing here.
devouring
the wind
ball.
has picked up here in the second half.
Yeah.
Blowing towards Newport Harbor goalkeeper Brian Alvarez. Wind not helping the Sailors at all here in the second half.
I think that was the first time Rodriguez touched the ball in like 15 minutes.
That's a good point. We haven't said his name or thought about him in quite a while, which is always good.
Mm-hmm.
You're not talking about the team star player. Alcantara got his head on it, slides down.
Good pressure.
Del Villar with the challenge.
See what happened with the pressure?
Geary with a touch. Fighting for it, kicked up ahead by Booker Frith. Now Manriquez chips it up ahead.
Oh, why not?
Alcantara, great shot! Testing the rocket launcher from 20 yards out. That thing was a missile. Might have put a hole to the Laguna Beach goalkeeper's chest. It goes out of bounds. Goal kick coming. And we have now single digits on the clock. 9 minutes, 55 seconds to go in this match. Still 0-0. The JV squad has made their way to Davidson Field. The crowd size slowly increasing throughout the game on Senior Day. A lot of parents and extended family here to watch these seniors who thought they might not get a season due to COVID. Now playing a full season and getting ready for a postseason. Can they end their home campaign with a win? Cade Holden, a beautiful series of challenges and finally a whistle at the end. But Cade Holden working hard at midfield. It's going to be possession Laguna Beach. A free kick. Forthcoming for the Breakers.
The crowd definitely loved that energy of Holden.
Well, this crowd, small but mighty, COVID capacity crowd, they're hungry for something. They've been teased throughout this game.
Uh-oh.
Now Laguna with a nice opportunity.
Oh, let's go counter.
And a great challenge there by Manriquez. Alcantara couldn't get all of that one. And Laguna bringing it back the other way. Rodriguez flying towards the ball. Kelly kicks it out at the last second. Great defense there as Kelly rolls over. And it's actually going to be possession Newport, I believe. Yes, it is. Great work by Tyler Kelly. He earned that one.
Rodriguez extended his arm there, and they're calling foul on him, I believe.
Rodriguez must be feeling frustrated in this game. As you said, Scotty, the star player, we barely said his name in the second half.
Yeah, he's full of energy right now. He hasn't ran around. He hasn't chased those long balls like he was in the first half, which is surprising because Laguna has the wind, like we said before. Here we
Laguna
go.
gets it back, chipping it up ahead towards Alvarez. The header by Manriquez. Harner and Caceres trying to clear it out. Holden's in the vicinity. Del Villar up to Geary. Alcantara now middle of the field for the Sailors. Through ball up ahead. That's Cairns. Del Villar.
Okay, maintain possession.
Holden. Oh, tried to get it over to Cairns, and Laguna sniffed it out. Now Kelly chips it up. Their goalkeeper comes way out of the goal. And he...
Not a bad idea. Those are often dangerous, too, when you're playing in the wind. It may seem at first it's going to go long, but it just dives in the air, and it just falls into the striker's foot. I've seen it many times.
On the far sideline, the Breakers have it. Jack Harner staying busy on defense. Now that's Danny Geary coming over to help out. Del Villar with a slide tackle. A beautiful takeaway. A textbook challenge by Nico Del Villar. Here come the Sailors. Crane, Alcantara. Alcantara being challenged.
Oh, man.
And that's going to be a whistle.
Ref.
Are we going to see a booking? A yellow card against Carlos Alcantara, and he's got to head to the bench. I'm not sure about that, sir.
That was the weakest call so far this
of all the challenges, of all the physicality in this game.
In
all the
tackles
tackles
too.
And that's the one that gets whistled. Okay. Hey.
This is dangerous too because Alcantara has to leave the game. He should be ready to get back in as soon as the ball's dead, but
Alcantara checks out, and it was Sanhueza who replaced him. You have to assume he will be checking back in ASAP.
Mm-hmm. Simmons is standing up too. He wants to get back in.
Absolutely.
Action.
Alvarez boots it ahead for the Sailors. And that's Crane fighting for it on the far sideline. Geary in the vicinity as well. Out of bounds, it will go. Crane and Geary.
Put him back in, coach.
Starting that one in. It appears as if Nate Simmons is ready to check back in. He's going to replace Grant Cairns. So the speedy Nate Simmons getting a brief breather on the bench, taking a quick spell, and he's back in the game. Number 15, the sophomore. Certainly a difference maker for Newport Harbor. Just over 5 minutes remaining until full time. He'll check back in. And I assume Carlos Alcantara will be checking back in at some point as well.
It's not looking good. He's just sitting on the end of the bench right now, though.
Free kick ahead on the far sideline for Laguna Beach. It pinballs around and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Newport Harbor.
This might be a blessing in disguise for Alcantara. If this game ends up going to overtime, this is valuable rest time. It's going to be very, very key in overtime in the midfield.
Laguna to throw it in on the far sideline. Jack Harner comes over. Good defense there. Del Villar helps out. He kicks it ahead.
Let's go.
There's Dominic Crane. So fast. The white shirts collapse and they take it away. Laguna Beach. Nice challenge there and a change of possession at midfield, but it's mishandled. It's kicked out of bounds. Crane tying his shoe, making sure his shoe is properly on. And Tyler Kelly will throw it in. Just beyond the Sailors bench. He tries to get it into Holden, who puts his head on it. Now the Breakers working it up midfield. 50-50 ball. Challenge. Del Villar streaking. Up the middle of the field. Del Villar to Crane. Dominic Crane. A great opportunity. A shot inside. Oh! Saved. Nate Simmons. What a touch. What a look. Oh my goodness. Nate Simmons had quite the opportunity. And now Newport working quickly.
Went through the goalie's own legs.
Sailors getting it back. Throw in from Kelly. Over to Sanhueza. Rodriguez has it now for the Breakers, changing the point of attack over to the far side of the field. Ortiz Marquez tracks it down for them. Harner defending.
Harner.
Ortiz Marquez, long-range shot. It was deflected by Manriquez. And Alvarez scoops it up for Newport Harbor. The intensity dialing up a notch or two here in the final 4 minutes before full time. This is a league game, so we will have overtime.
Someone go to the ball. Okay.
If we have to. If the Sailors can't find a way to punch this thing in before full time, 50-50 balls. Won by Laguna. Rodriguez now. Oh, that was a great defensive save or a stop by Caceres.
You can sense a desperation, not only the players, but the fans.
Sailors have won a few games in OT this season, but certainly they'd love to put this thing away before full time. It's Laguna possession. A good challenge there by Del Villar. And Richie Fisher has it for the Breakers. Now Rodriguez, so dangerous. Stopped by Caceres, booted down the field by Harner. The back line of the Sailors holds strong.
Rodriguez shot twice there. Every time he gets the ball now, he's looking for the shot. He knows it's crunch time. He knows he hasn't been super effective in the second half. He's just trying to make up for it.
Throw in from Harner to Del Villar. The crowd, as you said, Scotty, picks up their intensity. Trying to will this team to victory. Trying to will this ball into the back of the net. The Sailors have had great looks. Manriquez with the header. Sanjueza tips it over to Kelly. Kelly chips it up ahead looking for Simmons. It's booted out of bounds. Jacob Jerzik, the football player, grabs it for the Sailors. Throw in. Kelly to Simmons. Simmons.
Good ball.
Through.
Hey,
ref. Sir! And that's going to be a whistle.
Hey, ref is signaling to the Newport bench to calm down. If that's not a yellow card, and the other one was a yellow card on, who was it? Alcantara, that is interesting, to say the least.
It's going to be Tyler Kelly, the senior captain, setting up for the free kick here, 35 yards out into the left of the goal. As the official says something to head coach Nacho Sid, Tyler Kelly, left-footed shot, free kick just to the left of the goal. It had the distance.
Yeah, it looked like
it's a good-looking kick.
It looked like he was instructed by the coach to take a shot. You know, it had a chance to surprise the goalie, but not exactly on target.
And Laguna now with the free kick. Final minutes of this half. Final minutes of this game. Challenge there by Sanjueza. And Holden now whistles.
So you're telling me that foul was the same as this last foul, and there's no card?
Mm-hmm. And it's a free kick here for Laguna. So the clock on the field stopping at 2 minutes. It's stoppage time. Being run by the officials down on the field. The desperation picking up a bit for both teams. Kicked ahead by McBean.
Hold ball. Let's go.
Nico Del Villar, the future engineering major at Harvey Mudd University, brings it up. It ends up on the foot of Sanjueza for the Sailors. 50-50 balls. Pinballing back and forth. Rodriguez getting tangled up with Caceres, spinning around. Great challenge there by Manriquez. And they're going to whistle Manriquez for a foul. So here's a free kick for Laguna Beach. Booker Frith in the vicinity.
Oh, quick ball to the right.
Richie Fisher with it, trying to get it through. Ends up stopped by Kelly. Kelly boots it up ahead. Final minutes, we're in stoppage time of the second half of this game. Alvarez comes up. Ortiz Marquez was close to that one for Laguna.
Yeah, Newport's got to be careful with these long shots here, ending the half. The ball's going to carry well of the wind.
So we are in stoppage time. And barring a miraculous finish here, we will head to overtime between these two teams. It would be the second time that we had overtime between the Breakers and the Sailors this season. Sailors won the first matchup. A foul. A free kick coming. Nico Del Villar harassed there, and it's going to be a free kick for the Sailors. So last opportunity here before halftime.
Nico playing really tough, especially coming back from his minor elbow injury that he had earlier.
That is Lucas Caceres to take the free kick. 50 yards out from the goal. With the right leg, he boots it ahead. Simmons traps it. Back to Crane. He chips it right into the chest of the Breakers goalkeeper.
This ball's going to carry now. Careful for the wings.
Wind definitely picking up here in the second half. And it will aid this kick. Caceres gets a shoulder on it. They're trying to chip it up to Rodriguez. Manriquez with the touch for the Sailors. And it leaks through a bunch of Sailors midfielders, but nice steal. Good challenge by Del Villar. Del Villar.
Careful there.
Challenged
Good
by
passing.
Rodriguez. That's Kelly. Chipped up ahead by Caceres, trying to get it to Holden. Kate Holden, can he get there? No. It's going to be a foul. And a free kick for the Breakers here.
Oh, quick
stoppage time. Ortiz Marquez trying to track it down. He can't get there. And now a goal kick for Sailors goalie Brian Alvarez, future Vanguard Lion.
Ref telling Alvarez to hurry up. I promise you Long Beach or Laguna Beach has been taking much more time.
Alvarez does kick it up. Wind kind of kills that ball in the air, out of bounds. It was headered out by Adrian Richie Fisher. And Tyler Kelly will throw it in for the Sailors right in front of their bench. Stoppage time.
At this point, I mean, the ref is looking at his clock or his watch. It might be in the best interest for Newport to wait until overtime to switch fields and get better wind.
Rodriguez challenging Manriquez. Now Alvarez just going to kick it ahead, high in the air, down towards Kate Holden. And I think you're right, Scotty. I think that the Sailors are best suited here to try to change field position, get the better field with the wind factor for overtime. At any moment, I expect the official in the middle of the field to blow his whistle. And we get ready to head to the golden goal overtime. What an exciting finish on Senior Day. Free soccer. Well, I believe the game was free regardless. I don't think they charge admission, but even more free soccer. Senior Day. Make Senior Day last at least a few minutes longer on the final home game for these seniors, at least in the regular season. Chipped up ahead by Sanhueza.
See, those chips going the other way are going to carry much further.
Yeah, the wind is just not at all in the Sailors' favor right now. It's really picked up. It's gotten kind of cold up here in the press box.
I'm shivering. Here we go.
And that's full time. We head to extra time, overtime. Free soccer at Davidson Field. Senior Day going to last at least a few minutes longer between these two teams. We'll head to extra time, and it's going to be a golden goal. First to score wins it between the Breakers and the Sailors. We're going to take a quick breather when we come back. We're in overtime at Davidson Field. You're watching Newport Harbor Boys Soccer on TarTV. Welcome back into TarTV. Alex Crawford, Scotty Figueroa with you here from Davidson Field. It's overtime. Free soccer between the Sailors and the Breakers. The last time these two teams met, they went to overtime. Sailors won that game 2-1. It's 0-0 here, and it's actually the second straight game for the Sailors going to overtime. Last Wednesday here against Marina, Sailors, similar result, 0-0 the entirety of the game, and then 3 minutes into OT, Sanhueza found the back of the net for the Sailors to give them the 1-0 win over the Vikings. We're hoping for the same result here against Laguna Beach.
And it's looking good right now. Newport has the win against their backs now. They won the toss. Forgot about that actually. I forgot that the field doesn't automatically switch. They did a toss. It looked like Newport won the toss. They picked the field side, and Laguna Beach is going to start with the ball.
I think you're right, Scotty. I think the wind, I'm not saying it's the reason that the Sailors weren't able to score, but it's definitely been a factor in the second half. You and I are shivering up here in the press box. My papers are almost flying away, so I can only imagine how that's affecting some of those chip type passes and the goal kicks from Alvarez. And just anytime the ball's in the air for an extended period, the wind is blowing straight towards, well, right now, straight towards the Laguna Beach goal.
And honestly, I don't think it's a coincidence that Laguna had a lot more opportunities there in the second half because of that win. So we'll see how it impacts them on the offensive side as well.
Simmons trying to track that one down on the far sideline. He can't get there in time, so it will be a throw in for the Breakers. Lucas Bianchi, the junior, will throw it in for them.
Yeah, that ball already just carried a little bit further than what Simmons thought was going to be. Just got to adjust here at the beginning of overtime.
And keep in mind, Laguna, without their head coach, Andy Thomas, he was given a red card, booked in the second half. He and some of the Laguna parents have, you probably can't see it on your TV, but have formed a little watch party down just outside the fence, just beyond the fence here, behind the south goal, behind the Laguna Beach goal at Davidson Field after getting ejected there in the second half. So Laguna has been without their head coach for a few minutes here. Del Villar looks to chip that one ahead. Simmons comes in, and a high kick. Dylan Sprague volleyball kicks that thing up in the air. Now Laguna dealing with that wind and seeing how those kicks just go up in the sky and kind of die.
Important to know, Alcantara is back in. And it looks like he's playing a more attacking position instead of the middle. So it's going to be interesting to see if they get the ball over there so he could do some playmaking.
It'll be a throw-in for the Sailors and Tyler Kelly on the far side of the field.
Let's see this ball carry into the box right here. Long throw-in.
2 10-minute halves in overtime. First one to score wins. We're 2 minutes in here, and the Sailors have a nice opportunity. They scored 3 minutes into OT last Wednesday to beat Marina. Sanhueza found the back of the goal, a 1-0 win. Newport on a 2-game win streak. Can they make it 3 against Laguna Beach? The throw-in from Kelly, a little bit over the head of Simmons. And Rodriguez tries to clear it out for the Sailors. Del Villar inside. Oh. That's Geary. Oh, he had an opportunity. And now it rolls out again. Last touched by Richie Fisher. Kelly throws it in again. Header from Simmons. Up ahead.
Oh! Tricky bounce there to the goalie.
The goalie had to dive down to grab that one. Crane was close for Newport.
Laguna still hasn't been able to get onto the other side of the field here.
Oh. A long-range pass by Del Villar, too strong for Crane.
Oh.
And the wind is certainly a factor because every time that ball goes up in the air, it dies before midfield. And Newport with all the possession.
Ooh, okay. So they're pretty far out, too far out for a shot, I would say. But, you know, not to keep repeating it over and over, the wind is with them. So if they want to do a surprise attack here to the goal, wouldn't be a bad idea to try, especially with Caceres taking the shot here, or taking the free kick.
Caceres, 45 yards out straight away. Kicks it. He takes the shot. And the wind does take that one, and he certainly had the leg.
Yes.
It was a bit high, clearly, but he certainly had the leg. I like the attempt.
I wanted to see that, and I'm glad he took the attempt. Definitely should think about joining football for to be a field goal kicker. That was a boot.
Well, Caceres, unfortunately, he's a senior, but Newport Harbor football, Wade Tankersley, our senior kicker, graduating, so there could be a kicker position open.
There should be some scouting here at the soccer games for sure.
Coach Lofthouse is out here trying to scout a new kicker for the Sailors. Del Villar ahead, trying to get it to Crane. Can't quite corral it.
Handball,
Wanted a whistle. He thought it was a handball. Caceres slides over to take that away from Rodriguez. Great challenge. Good defense there by Lucas Caceres. And Alcantara controls it for the Sailors. Over to Simmons.
Lucas been tough all game. No one's passing him today. I would love to see Lucas, think about going up a bit. He has playmaking ability as well, but Rodriguez, actually number 5, is staying up top. Got to keep an eye on him.
Counterattack from Laguna. Oh, nice defense there. Manriquez helped slow that one down. This is really one of the first times Laguna's had possession here in overtime. As you see, every time the ball goes high in the air, the wind just blows it back.
First time the ball is on this side of the field, too.
It's a great extra defender for the Sailors. The wind is, but it helped Laguna out a lot in that second half.
Nothing to show for it, but they're hanging in tough. They were aggressive in that second half, but this is all Newport right here in overtime.
The challenge by Manriquez, the tackle, ends up in possession of Newport Harbor. Nico Del Villar pushes it ahead. Gary can't quite get there. It's a little too strong on the pass from Del Villar. It's going to be a possession halfway through this first overtime period. This first half of overtime possession for Laguna Beach on the far sideline. Throw incoming. Still 0-0, no goals for either team in this game. And the last time they played, just 2.5 weeks ago, Sailors won 2-1 in OT.
Ooh.
Through ball by Del Villar. Crane is there. Crane so close to the touch that we wanted.
It looked like the ball took a weird bounce with a spin. He whiffed at it, and he might have jammed his toe into the defender, limping a little.
He's coming up a little gingerly there, staying in the game. Crane almost had the opportunity there to be the hero. Now Alcantara in the corner, tries to cross it. It's kicked out of bounds. It's going to be Sailors' possession. Crane checking out, and Anthony Vasquez checking back in, the sophomore. As Crane chats it up with the trainer. I think he may have just jammed his toe.
Yeah, he looks like he's walking fine now. Thankfully, it doesn't look too serious.
And it's not a corner. It's a throw-in in the corner from Kelly. The header by Lund. But Caceres chests it for the Sailors now. Chips it up ahead, trying to get it to Simmons. Holden over to Del Villar. A takeaway. Frith brings it up. Rodriguez dangerous. Alvarez is way out of the goal.
No, come on, ref, he
and
dove.
Rodriguez takes a tumble, rolls around. A whistle from the official. And Rodriguez is acting like he's hurt.
Oh, no, yellow for the keeper?
And a yellow card coming for Brian Alvarez? Yes. A booking for the goalkeeper.
That means he has to come out. Where's the backup goalie?
So Mason Pitcher is, I don't see him, Scotty. To answer your question, I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see anybody
Mason
else
Pitcher
in a goalie uniform.
So Alvarez had to come way out of the goal, challenges the always dangerous Jackson Rodriguez, and gets booked for a yellow card as the Newport Harbor trainer and the official and some of Rodriguez's teammates help stretch out that left hamstring and calf area for him.
What they can do is, I've seen this once, they could take out the goalie, put in another field player, and then try to get the ball out of bounds as quickly as possible so they could rotate the goalie back in. But that is very dangerous, not putting a goalie in there.
Well, I don't see a goalie in the cage right now.
Wait.
Someone just hopped over the fence and is sprinting onto the field. I believe that's the JV goalkeeper checking into the game for the first time.
What the? How is that possible?
I'm not. You know, Scotty, I'm not going to pretend I know the intricacies and the rules of high school soccer, but I would assume that in order to sub a player into the game, they had to be on
they're calling him out.
the roster. And they're not going to, the Laguna coaching staff and the parents, they're not going to let that one fly. So it was almost a bit of trickery there from the Sailors as the JV goalkeeper, who unfortunately, I wish I could give him credit because I really love.
He was excited.
I really love the deceptive nature of that. And I love the look, the excitement and the look on his face, potentially getting his first varsity minute.
Yeah.
But the Laguna Beach side, the coaches and the bench saw what was happening.
He must have been thinking, this is my time to get my varsity letter. So he ran to that goal so quick.
He literally hopped over the fence, jumped onto the field, and just got finished playing a JV game, was ready to check in the game. But I think that we're safe to assume that in order for a player to sub into the game, they had to be on that day's roster and on the bench. So it looks like it's Grant Cairns, number 18, the senior, who puts on the number 1 goalie jersey, the yellow jersey, and the gloves, and walks over towards the Sailors' goal. This is quite the opportunity for Laguna Beach.
Yeah, so Laguna Beach looked for Laguna Beach to attempt a shot from far out. They really need to test this keeper. I mean, no warm-up. He's not even a keeper. So I don't think let's see here. Booker Firth could make the goal from here since the wind is so strong, but we'll see.
Long-range shot. Cairns tested early. He doesn't have to touch that one, but the crowd loves it. Grant Cairns, the senior, on senior night. Not sure if he's ever played in goal before. He's officially listed as a right forward.
He's cheering. They're cheering for him.
And he comes in, he stands in goal, and he does what he has to do. He does his job. And now Brian Alvarez will check back in as we're deep into stoppage time here in the opening period of overtime. Still 0-0 in this game. This game has had a lot of drama. For a 0-0 game, Sailors have had an immense amount of beautiful looks, beautiful opportunities, shots on goal. We've had multiple yellow cards. The Laguna coach, Andy Thomas, ejected. He's got to watch the game from over behind the chain link fence near the south end zone here at Davidson Field. And Brian Alvarez checks back in. So we've had a backup goalie who's not a goalie. We almost had a JV player hop the fence and sneak into the game. Laguna at the last second. I mean, if Laguna hadn't called that out, it seemed like the official was going to let it slide.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Oh, what a challenge! Anthony Vasquez puts Jaden Lund on his back. And we talked about Coach Lofthouse coming over from the football team and looking for a new kicker. He might have a new linebacker, Anthony Vasquez.
I love it. And he's just walking off like nothing. And no call on the field, so keep up the aggressive play.
The Sailors bench loved that. Here's an opportunity for the Breakers, though. Stoppage time, tumble.
No.
And a whistle, a foul will be called.
They fell on his own.
A foul will be called. Holden got tangled up and hit the turf, and they're going to call him for a foul, an illegal tackle from sophomore Cade Holden, the starter today, another future star of this program, but they're going to call him, and it's a free kick for the Breakers.
Looks like he has his sights on goal.
On the far.
Especially with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, we're in stoppage time, so this is an opportunity here to take a shot. Far side of the field, Laguna. You have to think that they'll kick it right towards goal. Alvarez has to come out. He tips it up. He gets a fingertip on it. Huge save for Alvarez. Here comes Alcantara. Sprinting near the Sailors bench. Good defense by Rodriguez. He's tangled up with Alcantara.
Let's go quick. Come on. Let's go quick.
And he will kick it in quickly. No, it's going to be a throw-in.
Whoa.
Okay. Coach Nacho barking out orders. Now Caceres comes over to take the free kick. Harner jogs ahead. Long. Caceres kicks it up. Wind is helpful. Vasquez sprinting towards it. Oh, there's a shot. right in front. Simmons, a good look, a touch, a shot, and a goal! Nate Simmons, the hero, the sophomore on senior day, has put this game away in stoppage time of overtime. What a goal for the Sailors!
Golazo, left-footed to the right corner. Ha ha! What a goal.
Nate Simmons, the hero. His teammates mobbing him all game long. We're talking about the seniors ending their season with a win at home and the future of Coach Nacho's program. And it was the sophomore Nate Simmons with so many great looks, so many great opportunities all game long. Finally gets a beautiful touch in stoppage time of overtime, and he has the golden goal. Vamos, Sailors!
Viva!
Nate Simmons puts it away. What a punctuation mark on senior day by the sophomore. A beautiful finish and a long, sad bus ride back to Laguna Beach High School for the Breakers.
Newport Harbor seniors are gonna remember Simmons and gonna be his best friend for years and years to come, even after Newport Harbor.
He put that one in the back of the net for Brian Alvarez, Nico Del Villar, Dominic Crane, Lucas Caceres, Tyler Kelly, Ryan Harner, all his senior teammates. He put that one in the back of the goal for them. And what a dramatic finish for the Sailors here. Wow. Back-to-back overtime games, a 3-game win streak now for Newport Harbor, and back-to-back overtime wins. The Sailors move to 9-4-2 on the season, 7-2 in league. And this is how you end a season. They've got a one match left of the regular season. It's against the top team in league. That is the Huntington Beach Oilers with only one loss on the year. That's going to be played on the road in HB on Wednesday. And then a postseason trip for the Sailors awaits in the always competitive, very dangerous, very tough CIF Southern Section Division I. But Sailors are doing everything they can to end the season on a high note and go into the postseason with a ton of momentum. So even though they could get an extremely tough draw in the opening round of the postseason, this is how you want to finish off a season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, winning in overtime 2 times in a row, that's amazing, of course. Amazing feeling. Especially this game, knowing how many opportunities they had. If they just needed to work on converting, and next game against the Huntington Beach could be a lot different with them getting a lead early out.
So, Scotty, potentially our final TarTV boys soccer broadcast of the year. Final thoughts about this team. The season's not over for them. One regular season game left, then a postseason trip. So at least 2 more games for the Sailors. What are your final thoughts on this 2021 boys soccer squad?
Well, I'm glad to see Coach Nacho really take this team to another level. The players really stepped up. The big differences I've seen from the beginning of the year to the end of the year is just their spacing, their patience, their poise. They're being led greatly by Crane and Tyler Kelly. It really looks like they have their head on right. They know they have to keep their composure, and a lot of times when a team misses and misses and misses, it's really hard to get desperate and make mistakes. But these last 2 games really gives me confidence for the future, and I'm really impressed with their development. And especially as we talked before, this is the foundation of Newport Harbor's new empire, you could say, in soccer. And what a great season to begin.
9-4-2. Another regular season game on Wednesday, and then a postseason trip. It might be our last TarTV broadcast. We don't know if they're going to get to host a game or go on the road. Most likely go on the road, but you never know. Could come back around and end up hosting a game if they win 1 or 2. At the same time, CIF D1, Southern Section, so competitive. Some really big powerhouse teams in that division. But potential to go on the road and maybe do a TAR radio broadcast. So this might be the last time we get to do this game together, Scotty, but what a finish it was. What a cherry on top for our boys soccer broadcasting season.
Yeah, and Newport Harbor, class of 2009, or team of 2009. We had
Shout out.
the most winningest team ever. We made it to the quarterfinals of CIF. I wouldn't be surprised if this team, gave us a run for the money. They have great seniors. They have great youth. I'm going to be very excited going to, round one of the playoffs.
I can't wait to see who the draw is. They'll play on the road on Wednesday at Huntington Beach, and then potentially we'll have a broadcast for you next week, either at home on the live stream or on the road on tarradio.com. For all of our Newport Harbor Sailor faithful, Coach Nacho and this boys soccer team, for John Hoist, Melissa, Trixie, the whole TarTV crew, for Principal Sean Bolton and Dr. Jerry Murray, and for my broadcast partner, Scotty Figueroa, this is Alex Crawford saying, from the soccer pitch to the pool deck, from the bell tower to the senior lot, you've been watching Newport Harbor Boys Soccer on TarTV. Vamos Sailors!